Hello, this is Superclyde here. Welcome to GuildRock server Season 7. It's been a while since I posted anything, and this is why. Today I'm going to show you how to get ahead in Minecraft, or perhaps more appropriately, introduce you to the farm that nearly killed me. So this is a plain scaffolding based mob farm. So it's one layer of scaffolding, flowing water over it, so the mobs get pushed by the can spawn in that one, but they get pushed out by the flowing water and end up in either these channels, one there, there's a central one here, and there's another one there. Now this is taking direct inspiration from Prowl's creeper farm, which with the change in mob spawning doesn't actually work anymore for creepers. So you end up having one line of the scaffolding, and then you'd have one line of fences and similar, so it would just spawn creepers. And my aim when I initially started doing this, which was before they brought the changes in, was to have, as it's in 3 sections, was to have 2 sections that would spit out just creepers and a central one that would be all mobs. As that hasn't worked, what I've done is I've gone and created these little mob filters. So what you can't really see particularly well underneath there is that there is a soul sand at the bottom, so they've got a bubble stream coming up that's only 1 block wide, so spiders get pushed in the water stream out along the bottom bit on there, but all the other bipedal mods basically end up coming out the top. And then we've got 3 gaps down the bottom there. The skeletons and the zombies will sink in the water, whereas the creepers and the witches will float. They will float along there. So we'll get to this point, and all that will be left is witches and creepers. We then come to this particular spot here, which is 2 blocks, and then we've got the trapdoor there. Creepers will go underneath those, witches won't. Witches go into that area there, and then if you can see underneath, we're then spitting those out and joining that central all mob column there. So there's 2 of these in this particular area. Now then, creepers that fall down on this particular side end up in here, which is a record farm, a music disc basically. So the creepers there, they're stuck in cobwebs just above a tripwire. That's basically gonna open up that piston underneath there so that the skeleton will then be able to see the iron golem and therefore start firing arrows and start hitting those skeletons. Annoyingly, if the creepers just fell, sometimes they weren't the skeleton couldn't actually see the iron golem in time. So there we are, they're getting blasted away, they're getting me my lovely music discs. The other bit we have here is we have a creeper landing pool. And you'll see I've got quite a few of those creepers named. And this is basically just a line to get out 1 creeper at a time in a minecart. I need to be a little bit careful here. Now as you can see, there's a copper rod with a trident on there attached to a sticky piston. So when it is raining or when there is a thunderstorm, if I press that button, it will trigger that sticky piston, which will move the channeling trident on the lighting rod, meaning that lightning will strike there and turn that creeper into a charge creeper at the same time as it activates the powered rail that he's on and sends him into this little middle chamber we have here. Well, we've got a collection system out underneath at the bottom with a hopper minecart, and we can see that there's lots and lots of mobs being collected in this obsidian block bit here, and the creeper will actually, charge creeper will drop in there, so I can knock the minecart off him, set him on fire, get well out of the way and blow up all the mobs in there to collect their heads, which will then get picked up by this, and they'll end up in this bottom chamber down here with the rest of all the mob loot. So as you can see, this part of the farm really is only one that works in rain or thunder, but at least it works in rain as well. And I always kind of want to keep a few creepers here, which annoyingly means that less creepers spawn in the middle bit, which means that creepers' heads are harder to get here. So this was an interesting farm to build. I would not necessarily do anything quite like this again, but I really wanted to try and take advantage of Prowl's three outputs there to see what we could make of it. So we've got our little AFK spot here. Now we're on Sim 6, so I've only got 4 layers on there, so I could expand the layers and obviously get more mobs coming through as well. But like I said, there's a balance. And as you can see, we've got some rain. So here we go. I'm going to go trigger off a creeper into the chamber there. And zap it. And then, as you can see, that's shot itself off and is now going into the obsidian chamber. I'm going to go just swipe the minecart so I can go reuse that one. That'll just get picked up by the hopper minecart at the bottom. And set fire to it. And here's why I'd want to farm like this. This is my shop, Heads Up. As you can see, it's designed like a bunch of mob heads I've got. And we have got ourselves an invisible bubble column to go up inside it. Which means sometimes it's a little bit tricky. When your aim's a little bit off, I need to work on that a little bit. But inside here, we are selling creeper heads, zombie heads, and skeleton heads for the whole server. With a drop down. Get out of here. And also we have 2 of my other favourite shops I've got in here as well now. The Shulker shop, it's been around for a while. It's actually based on a building in West Yorkshire, a real building, which I'm really proud of. I managed to make like a chibi version of it. But here it is, Relics Records. This is one of my favourite record shops in Yorkshire, and it's designed to look just like it really. Capture the feel of it. Records all on the outside, listing spots inside, posters all over, records everywhere. It's not quite finished yet. I've got a few bits and pieces to add. But yeah, basically we're going to be selling all the records here, which does mean I'm going to have to go on the hunt for Pigstep, which is going to be an absolute pig to do. But yeah, we're selling the individual records. We're selling complete C418 collections as well. That's absolutely smothered in posted. It does just remind me so much of the original record shop. So yeah, so this farm's been a ridiculous amount of hard work and planning and replanning and building and rebuilding. But actually, when it comes down to the fact that I've got 2 of my favourite shops in West Yorkshire built next to each other, I can't help but thinking, yeah, do you know what, it was probably worth it. And with that, it's time for me to say, ta-ra from GuildRock server, and don't worry, it'll be right.